Hello and welcome back to the Chelmsford News Show. I'm Tom Christiano. Well, I'm here at the First Parish Church. It's an historic church in Chelmsford Center, and they've just undergone a huge renovation. And I'm here with Tom Coffey, who's a member of a committee here that helped over many years with the renovations. And we're going to talk all about it right now. And then we're going to do a tour of the church to show you all the renovations which have occurred on video. So thank you very much for being on the show, Tom.
Great, Tom. Good to see you. How are you?
Great.
Good to see you.
So we call it Tom Squared, right? And we're both Tom C. Tom Coffey, Tom Christiano. So let's try not to get it mixed up. But Tom, thank you for being here. And I wonder if you could first tell us the background of why the renovations were necessary in this historic church.
Sure. We've been considering renovations here at the church for well over 10 years. There's been various committees and folks that organized to look at what things we might potentially do at the church. There were probably two main reasons that we considered making renovations. One was there were times when the number of young kids here at the church was very high, and we were busting out of the rooms in terms of our religious education program. So that had precipitated some of the research. But the other thing that had always been with us was that we had issues with accessibility for anyone who might be challenged with a handicap or maybe have an injury. We had a 30-year-old elevator, which at its time was a great elevator, but over the years it had become a bit outdated. It required a person to tend the elevator with a key, and it was a cage, so it wasn't easy to use.
Yes.
We only had bathrooms on the first floor. We didn't have bathrooms on the second floor, and we didn't have a really nice ramp outside for someone to enter the building. So as the years went on, we considered these projects. We started them, we stopped them, we stopped them, and we stopped them, but they never got off the ground. And in the last couple of years, though, things really crystallized for us. We had recognized that we pride ourselves as being a welcoming congregation to any individual. And we realized that we weren't welcoming and accessible to someone who might have a disability. And some of us were getting a little older as well and realized maybe we could use an elevator someday. We once had an individual come to the church in a motorized wheelchair, and unfortunately they couldn't fit in the elevator and they weren't able to attend the worship service. So we were very disturbed by that when that occurred. So long story long, over the years, like I said, we'd start and we'd stop, we'd get close, but we never quite got it off the ground. And in the last few years, fortunately, it all resonated in terms of why we should do this and what we should do. We started thinking about doing projects as much as $3 to $5 million. And then eventually, the project we did do was $950,000, so almost $1 million. But we reduced it significantly, because now the focus was on accessibility.
Yes.
So we ended up installing 6 new bathrooms, all handicapped accessible bathrooms. 3 on the second floor where we never had bathrooms before, and then 3 on the first floor.
Nice.
That was great. Now we have a regular full-size elevator that is, anyone can use it. It doesn't require an attendant. So that's great, and it comes up to the second floor and goes out to the first floor. And then the front of the building is fantastic. We have a new handicap ramp. It's really convenient for someone in a wheelchair to get up the ramp. We have an automatic door opener, all things we never had before.
Nice.
So things just took off finally. It was something we wanted to do over the years. I guess if something doesn't quite have a purpose, it's how to get over the line to get it started. Finally it did.
How long did the project take from start to finish, Tom, would you say?
Depends how you answer that. So the actual physical project part, when we had the contractor here, was started in June with demolition and ended sometime in November. I mean, most of the work was done in September, October, but the elevator wasn't finally completely installed and approved until November. So technically it took November. But going back before that time, it was probably about 2 years of planning. We hired architects, we hired a finance company to help us raise money. And then went through a process of hiring contractors. So we've been working on this with very due diligence and a lot of focus for about 2 years. And finally the contractor started, like I said, June of last summer, 2018.
And there's a grand open house celebration scheduled for what, May 4th?
May 4th, which is a Saturday from 1 to 4. We're really excited to show off our new toy to the town and to the community.
Everybody's invited.
Everyone's invited. There are a lot of people who use our church. There's a lot of different groups that use it. Some use it on a regular basis. Some use it for functions. And so we're really excited that we have this new building with new bathrooms and new entrances. It's much more useful, I think, for folks than it was before, and was used quite heavily before. So we want to show it off. We're really proud. We're really excited. And it's really cool and really nice when a congregation comes together. I mean, this was something we all worked on. It was important to everyone. You know, sometimes things were a little messy and no one really got too concerned about it because we just worked together and we were really excited and knew we were going to have a fantastic program. So, yes, May 4th, 1 to 4.
And some selectmen are invited, various
dignitaries,
people, the architectural firm, for example, maybe the construction firm. Do you remember any of their names? Construction firm?
Absolutely, yeah. Architectural Consulting Services, J. Mason's company was the architect he had hired, did a fantastic job. It felt like they were part of us. He's a small operation. It felt like he was part of this church with us.
Is he local?
He's local, he's local.
J. Mason's company?
Did a great job.
So architecture, yeah.
We hired North Hill Construction. Walter Lorette is the owner of that company. He's out of Westford. He did the construction. We were really fortunate to have met him and his company. He had actually done work for a church in Chelmsford. And he was not someone we had met initially. And that church had reached out to our minister. Our minister was reaching out to other churches. They had a very high regard and high recommendation for North Hill. We kind of met them sort of late in the process, and I'm really happy that we hired them to do a fantastic job.
They did, and we'll take a tour later in another subsequent video of this interview. We're going to go around with Tom Coffey, and Leslie is here as well, and we're going to tour around. They're going to point out all these great renovations, and I can tell you that they came out beautifully. The bathrooms and the hallways and the ramps and even the ramp outdoor, beautifully done, very professional, you know, with the concrete rather than just something flimsy. Everything looks like it's first class, Tom and Leslie. Great job.
I don't think we'll do this very often, you know, so when you do it, you get that right.
And so we covered a firm and the architects. Are there any other firms that we
had hired a fundraising company to help us. I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head, but that was helpful. So we ended up having committees organized in 3 different fashions. We had a building project committee that was responsible for I was sharing everything. But there was a lot of people involved.
Congratulations.
I get too much credit. I didn't do it all. There's a lot of people that did a lot here.
But that's a big task, and thank you for taking that on.
We had a building project committee that was hiring the architects and managing with the drawings and what we were going to actually do. Then there was a separate committee that hired a fundraising consultant to help us work on raising money. And then thirdly, we had a group that was worried about financing. So we certainly have to do a loan. And we had to figure out how to fund it. So we had So we had different groups that worked together here at the church. And we did hire, like I said, the 3 professionals. So there was a lot of people who touched this project.
And everybody did a fantastic job. And I know what it is to be on committees and be in charge of things. And Tom, to be in charge of such a big project, I mean, I commend you for doing that. And everybody who served on the committees, all those 3 committees, they all deserve a lot of credit. Because everybody's busy all the time. And it's hard to take time away from your busy schedule to do something like this. But it's well worth it. I think it's a great church. It's very open, very welcoming. This is a church I prefer when I go to church. It's in my will and everything. So I love this church. I love the people in this church. So commend you for that. And so hopefully everybody again could come on May 4th, 1 to 4 p.m. And I guess the ribbon cutting will be outside, right, Tom?
Yes. There'll be a dedication and a ribbon cutting.
Nice.
And then some light refreshments. Get a chance to meet different folks here. And if you want to do a project yourself, we can help you with some good referrals.
Yes, there'll be some great referrals. And Tom, before we start the tour of each room and et cetera, the whole facility, is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we start the tour? Oh, great. Well, thank you very much, Tom Coffey, for being here, and Leslie also. I'm at the First Parish Church in April of 2019 with 2 committee members who just helped with the huge renovations here at the First Parish Church, Tom Coffey and Leslie Yauckoes. How do you pronounce your name, Leslie?
Yauckoes.
Yauckoes. Oh, thank you. I never realized that, and I've known you for so many years. So we're here in the parlor, it's called, right? A completely renovated parlor. Tom and Leslie, would you like to walk around a little bit and just point out some parts, and I'll just scan around?
This room has a couple purposes, Tom. One is that obviously with the table it could be used for meetings, and we do use it here at the church for different meetings, but the other significance is this is adjacent to the sanctuary, which is behind this wall. Oh. So if we were to have maybe a wedding or a funeral, this could be a room perhaps where the family could congregate congregate before the ceremony.
And is that door go into the
That's the one we'll
sanctuary?
go through. We probably actually brought them through the hallway though.
Oh, through the hallway,
That
I
does go
see.
into the back, but.
Nice.
But we thought we should make this room a nice room for folks, for families when those particular ceremonies are taking place.
It's beautiful, Tom. Look at this, and this nice, almost like a conference room table or whatever that we have here. And we have a nice piece of artwork here and a nice little kitchenette right here with the sink and the counters and the cabinets. So, and a nice rug below. So it's a beautiful room and a great meeting room. Hopefully, I imagine the church will use it quite a bit for meetings, their various
Very
things.
functional.
And we just,
If you turn around, Tommy, look behind me, you see the ramp that we had installed.
oh, yes,
So someone in a wheelchair could get up. And then, as we talked earlier, the whole project focus was on accessibility.
yes.
So we made sure we had
So-
a ramp so that a wheelchair could get up.
So a wheelchair could get up, we're on the second floor of the First Parish Church. A wheelchair can get up here and attend meetings here in this parlor as well. And Tom is going out to the hallway.
And the sanctuary would right through that door. You can
Oh.
hear piano and a rehearsal going on in the background with one of the choirs.
Could we open that door quickly and take a look? Or,
They probably would rather we didn't.
I think we could.
okay. I think it'd be nice to show the,
But I don't know about kids being on the TV, that's all.
oh, okay, that's all right. Thank you, Tom.
Even this
That-
door, we had to widen that door. That door was about 6 inches narrower.
Oh my God, so now a
As we
wheelchair
started
could go
to-
through it?
As we started to
This is
tackle different
fantastic.
things, we didn't even realize that the door wasn't the appropriate width.
That's fantastic, Tom, because
And this
now,
is where our old elevator used to be.
oh,
I could see if I have a key. I do have a key somewhere.
I d-
See what the shaft was. So the shaft used to be inside of here.
oh. So Tom is showing us where the old previous elevator used to be.
The elevator was inside that shaft.
Inside
We'll
the
see a new
shaft.
elevator in a few
Oh,
months.
you could see
can
how
imagine
small that is, and now they're
The
using
elevator
it
was
for,
inside of that box, so it was
wow, very small, yes. A large wheelchair and another person couldn't fit in there at all, very well. And here's a kindergarten group, first group room.
Yep. So one of the things we also had to do, Tom, if you notice this soffit
Yeah.
built in here, there actually are water pipes up there. So
Oh.
when we started the project, the building did not previously have fire sprinklers.
Oh,
And there's a state mandate, if you start a project, the state and the fire department
Yes.
obviously are concerned about fire and damage. So we actually were obliged to install fire sprinklers in the entire building. And certainly we feel good about doing that,
Yes.
protecting the building, but it was a significant expense and significant challenge to put the pipes in.
yes,
There
I
were pipes that were mounted here outside the wall so we could pop fire sprinklers in, and then we built this soffit around it, so you can't even tell right now. But
No.
that was a very challenging aspect of the project.
I could imagine it very expensive too, right, Tom?
But I mean, it was the right thing to do, but it was still very challenging to put fire
Yes.
sprinklers in an existing building.
I see. And what's this room
This is the high
called,
school
Tom?
room, actually. The high school kids use this.
The high school room. Oh, is that nice? Look at this room.
And I can't take any responsibility for that painting, that's the kids did that.
Yeah.
That was there before we started the project.
And there's a lot of nice artwork up in the walls here. And a couch. So the high school
High school.
students
high
kind
school. They get to decorate it the way they want.
nice. I like these little stars here
Yeah.
that are lit.
Yep.
And then they have some
So you see the
lot of
sprinkler
things.
head up on the wall? Newton?
Yes, there's a
So
sprinkler
we didn't
head,
have to
yeah.
run pipes here into the room. So this
Yes.
side of the building was untouched on the second floor. It
As
was
you
the other
go-
side that was demoed, and
I
then
see.
the first floor completely demoed.
Did this room already have sprinklers, or
No,
these
we
are new
don't, but I'm
sprinklers?
saying we put them in from the
Oh,
outside.
just put 'em in,
up
yeah.
through, so we didn't have to run pipes up in the ceiling.
Nice, nice. Well, this is great for the high school students and young people to congregate.
Then as we come down the hall, we're gonna come close to our elevator.
We put
Oh,
office space
excuse
in
me.
here.
Oh, this. Could you open that, Leslie?
Yes.
Oh, I like that Thoreau. See that Thoreau sign? I'm a big fan of Henry David Thoreau.
So the director of religious education has her office, and the music director has his office.
Oh, in here, beautiful, wonderful. I guess I won't go
And a
in
lot
just
of
to.
sun from that side of
Oh,
the building.
are they here now? I don't think so, right? No,
No.
no, they're not. Good. So I won't go in fully, but that's beautiful rooms.
So those are new.
Thank you. And just to remind everybody, we have
Locked.
an open house where everybody's invited on Saturday, May 4th, here at the First Parish Church in Chelmsford Center from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Hopefully everybody could stop by and see all the dignitaries, have some refreshments, and take a tour of this wonderful facility. Well, I'm here at the First Parish Church with Tom Coffey and Leslie Yauckoes. How do you pronounce it, Leslie? Yauckoes. I'll get it eventually. Yauckoes, and we're going over the new renovations in the First Parish Church. We happen to be on the second floor now. I just wanted to quickly point out they have 3 restrooms on the second floor here in the First Parish Church, and there were never any restrooms on the second floor previously. And these are all gender-neutral restrooms, as you can see in the sign, and there's even Braille below that English wording here. So it's very welcoming, gender-neutral. The bathrooms are very well done, as you can see here. So they have 3 of them here on the second floor. And here, this is overlooking the historic, our forefathers' burying ground here in Chelmsford Center. So this is a historic church, actually, here in Chelmsford Center. Our first town halls were downstairs in the kind of the basement area in like 1700s, a long time ago.
1655.
1655, when we were incorporated, I guess we started there. And so Tom Coffey and Leslie are going to show us, this is the new elevator, right, which is a big improvement over the other
If
ones.
you recall in the earlier segment, Tom, the size of that elevator, please look at how big this elevator is.
Wow, this is
You know, it's like
fantastic.
just one little button, like the way elevators would normally work.
This is, they did a beautiful job with it.
The old elevator required an attendant with a key.
Oh,
to
I
let
see,
an
yeah.
individual in, there was a cage.
Yeah.
And then they would operate the elevator with a key.
Yeah.
And so obviously it wasn't very easy to get access to that elevator. And,
I see.
And we'd actually have to have people scheduled during certain events to run the elevator.
Yes, yeah.
So it was difficult. And if somebody was in the sanctuary in a wheelchair who needed to go to the bathroom, they would have to get someone to let them down in the old elevator to the first floor.
Wow.
And now thankfully we can just come right out down the hall.
That's fantastic.
Into the new bathroom.
It's a huge improvement, Tom, and thank you for all your work and everybody in all the committees and everybody who donated to this cause.
And now we're on the first
Oh, the first
floor.
one,
Now
you
we're on
could see
floor,
the-
and you see the same bathrooms
See,
repeated
3
on the first floor.
gender-neutral bathrooms on this first floor, similar to what's on the second floor. So now there are 6 bathrooms here in the First Parish Church. And I think they're light sensitive. Yeah, you just walk in and the light automatically goes on. So what a difference from the old restrooms, I'll tell you that, they're fantastic. So now we're coming out into what we'd call the hallway,
Yep, so a hallway on the first floor.
hallway on the first floor, great.
I should point out that
Oh.
to your left here, that's the chapel.
Yes.
And we never had doors there. You could
Oh.
only get there from another route, but right now they're having a meeting there, so.
Oh, they're having a
So
meeting,
that-
I see.
The thing that I like
Yeah.
about it is with the central entrance that we now have, everybody kind of fans out from that central entrance, whether they're going to the chapel, they're going down to the vestry, or they need to go up in the elevator to the religious education rooms.
Yes.
It's very open, and the traffic, I've noticed, even just regular traffic, moves more slowly. It feels more communal.
Yes.
People come in and then go their ways and then regroup. So
It's very
I'm
nice.
very impressed with, that was sort of a unexpected side effect of
Yeah.
all of this work.
Yes,
was this
yeah.
welcoming feeling that you get as you enter the building
Yes.
and as you go about your business.
Very welcoming, beautiful.
Give our
Nice.
architects credit, you know, they
Yes.
really worked on the flow, you know, putting that door in the middle.
I see.
This too, if you look to your right, Tom, my left,
Yes.
this is another huge improvement. This used to be a level floor with a platform at the end with 3
Yeah.
stairs.
Yes.
And actually, once again, a handicapped person would need to get the elevator to go down those 3 stairs.
Oh,
And then we changed it to this ramp. And it just makes so much sense, and I don't know why we never thought of it ourselves, but
Yes.
the architect, you know, they're the professionals.
and
They think of
their name, the architectural firm?
Architectural Consulting Services, ACS.
Architectural Consulting Services, ACS, and they're local, right, nearby? And
Yep. They're local.
Architectural Consulting
They did a great
Services.
job. So, but like Leslie said, this flow is now.
This flows down, so you could go down into that, what would you call that room, the
That's
cafeteria?
vestry down there.
the vestry there.
But before
There's
that,
a
those
chapel.
doors were not there, they were off on the side.
Oh, and we,
It just looks like it should have always been there.
oh, and we won't go into the chapel now because they're busy with a meeting, but it's a nice, beautiful little chapel. Oh, is this part of the,
We
oh,
have
yeah.
new office space.
New office space,
It
beautiful.
used to be that the minister's study
Yeah,
was upstairs and
Yes.
the church secretary was downstairs.
yes.
So now we have them side by side. So we have Reverend Ellen Spiro is in here. Our church administrator Cindy is in here.
Oh, Cindy
And then
is
we
in-
have our copy machine and other things in this side. So these were
Oh,
not
nice.
all together.
Oh, I see, nice.
So now we have, you know, our copy machines and all of that.
Very nice, very professional.
With windows that you can see out. And
Which
the
is
church
wonderful.
secretary can see people coming through that front door.
Wonderful.
So
And
that
this is
a wonderful
Reverend Ellen's
Yeah, Reverend Ellen's.
office. She isn't here right now, so we won't go through there.
Now,
We're gonna go to our entrance from the inside, Tom. I think we should go on the
Okay.
outside, it'd be
Okay,
better,
yes,
better
okay.
perspective.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Let me, so thank you. We'll do more tours.
New entrance from the inside, but let's go on the outside and take a look at it.
Okay,
Because
yes,
more-
thank you.
You get a better,
one thing I'd like to mention before we do that is that the Open Door Nursery School,
Yes,
that has operated here for many, many, many years. They were very patient with us as we did this program, but they have new facilities as well. And right
Oh.
behind you is one of their nursery rooms, which we can also use for church meetings and things, but it is
look at how beautiful that
the
room.
Open Door Nursery School.
This has been renovated as well, right,
Yes, it
Tom and
has.
Leslie?
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, if we could take a quick look at that. And what is this room called again, Leslie? Or
Room number 1, Open Door Nursery School.
Open Door Nursery. So
They use the space.
anybody could come and pay for our nursery services here or whatever?
No, this is a nursery school that
private company-
operates, a
private company
private
runs.
nursery school.
A private company runs this, I see.
And they've been running it for many, many years.
I see.
But their
Nice.
their space has also been renovated.
Look at how beautiful it is. They've done a great job.
great space for them.
Great space for the young people. They have some books here, a big teddy bear. And I love these little tables with the very small chairs. I think I've outgrown them now, right, Tom? Maybe a little bit. Well, thank you. Well, maybe in our next segment, we'll go outside and then we'll come back in and we'll check out the new handicapped accessible ramp outside.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm at the First Parish Church in Chelmsford Center with Tom Coffey and Leslie Yauckoes, and they are instrumental in the committee to renovate the First Parish Church. And you can see the Baptist church in the background. And so we're doing a tour today. We're continuing our tour. And right now we're outside of the First Parish Church. And we can see Tom and Leslie are going to show us the handicapped accessible ramp.
This is dramatically different, Tom. If you look at the entrance on the right to our chapel,
Yeah,
come down a little bit further, see the brick face there?
Yes.
Window? That
Yeah.
was where the old door was.
oh, I see, yeah,
And it was stairs, it wasn't a ramp.
yeah.
And unfortunately, if somebody was in the parking lot and wanted to get in the building in a wheelchair, they'd have to roll all the way down the sidewalk to that door over there.
Oh,
So that was quite a long distance. The sidewalk
Yes.
wasn't the easiest, place to traverse with the wheelchair.
yeah,
So we thought we should, one of the focus should be the entrance. And so, as you can see, we put this new entrance here in the middle of the building.
Yes.
And added the ramp, which we did not have that ramp in the previously. We also have automatic door opening buttons now. So we did it all right. And
Very
but
well
this is
done, Tom.
dramatically different.
I like how professional it's
looks
done, Tom, with the
fantastic, yeah.
cement, and it's not a flimsy ramp like many places have.
Right.
This is a permanent one that'll last decades. Oh, we have the church bells going off now too, at least one bell anyway. Great. So shall we go into the church next? Or? This is the sign outside of the First Parish Church in Chelmsford Center. It's an historic church, and we're doing a tour of all the new renovations which have happened here at the First Parish. And I just want to show you how great this new handicapped accessible ramp is. Look at how well constructed it is. Very nice. And it goes out here to the center, and you could see the Chelmsford Common in the background. And what used to be the First Baptist Church in the background, it has a little different name now. And there's our Chelmsford Center for the Arts there. And you could see the sign for the Open Door Nursery School right here, and we toured that a few minutes ago. So now we have the push to open. Oh, okay.
This is nice that we now have this.
Yeah.
Someone was.
If someone's in a wheelchair or something, and that's
we
very
really-
nice. Wow.
We did everything right the way you should, and we didn't necessarily know all the things we needed to do to be handicap accessible, and so we're really excited how this came out. And then a side benefit, Tom, is actually was also confusing. We had to come into the building because we had several doors.
Oh, yes,
So now it's
yeah.
very clear. This is our entrance with these pillars, and it looks wonderful, and it's also extremely functional as well.
It is.
So it's got a dual purpose for us.
I think the renovations came out fantastic, Tom, and thank you for chairing the committee for the renovations. And as you said, there were 3 separate committees involved with this, like the building, the fundraising, and all kinds of things. So, and Leslie was on the committee as well. Leslie, thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And I also want to remind everybody that the open house reception, everybody's invited on Saturday, May 4th, right, Tom?
1 to 4 p.m.
1 to 4 p.m., 2019, which we'll put on the video as well. But so hopefully everybody could stop by then. There'll be some town dignitaries there, the architectural firm, many people involved with this renovation. And hopefully people will come by after the open house and maybe check out the church and see if it's one that you might be interested in joining or attending once in a while. The services are what, at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings? Sunday mornings. Well, thank you very much, Tom Coffey and Leslie Yauckoes. Thank you very much for the tour today. And I'll see you at the open house on May 4th.
Look forward to it.